What's up YouTube, it's Dualing and welcome to the first deck profile on the channel. Today, as promised, I will be profiling my Shaddoll deck profile for you guys. So without further ado, let's just jump right into it. I'm really liking how the deck turned out and I hope you guys do as well. Starting off with the Shaddoll monsters, I run 3 copies of the Shaddoll Wendy, 1 copy of now Shaddoll Ariel, 2 copies of the Shaddoll Squamata, then 1 copy of Falco, 1 copy of Hedgehog, 1 copy of Dragon, and then finally 1 copy of Shaddoll Beasts. All Shaddoll monsters have a flip effect and an effect that activates when they're sent to the graveyard by a card effect. Wendy's flip effect is that you special summon 1 Shaddoll monster from your deck in face up or face down in defense position, except for another copy of itself. If Wendy is sent to the graveyard by a card effect, you can special summon 1 Shaddoll monster from your deck in face down defense position, except for another copy of itself. Ariel, when it's flipped face up, you can target 1 of your banished Shaddoll monsters and special summon in face up or face down defense position. Then when Ariel is sent to the graveyard by a card effect, you can target up to 3 cards in the graveyard and banish them. Just one of her, as you don't really want her in your opening hand or draw into her later on in the game. Next up with Squamata, when it's flipped up, you can target 1 monster on the field and destroy it, or if it's sent to the graveyard by a card effect, it's a Foolish Burial or Foolish Burial goods for the entire Shaddoll archetype. Being able to fusion summon with something like El Shaddoll Fusion and then sends Shaddoll Fusion of Squamata generates advantage, especially since most of the Shaddoll monsters in the extra deck allow you to add a spell trap back when they're sent to the graveyard. When Falco is flipped up, you can target 1 Shaddoll monster in your graveyard and special summon it in face down defense position. And when Shaddoll's Falco is sent to the graveyard by a card effect, you can special summon it in face down defense position. So it really just helps recur itself or another Shaddoll monster back depending on which effect you use. Shaddoll Hedgehog is a spell and trap searcher when it is flipped face up, and a monster searcher when it is sent to the graveyard by a card effect. When Shaddoll Dragon is flipped face up, you can target 1 card your opponent controls, return it to their hand, but when Dragon is sent to the graveyard by a card effect, you can target 1 spell and trap card on the field and destroy it. And finally, Shaddoll Beast is just a bit of draw power, being a mini graceful charity when it is flipped face up, and then just a free draw when it is sent to the graveyard by a card effect. So I'm just going to note right now that you can only activate the flip effect or the sent to the graveyard effect of each Shaddoll monster once per turn, and you can only use 1 of those effects per turn. For example, you flip over Wendy, you can use this flip effect, but you can't use the effect if it's sent to the graveyard. I like this ratio of Shaddoll monsters as they're searchable and all their effects are hard once per turns, so having too many of these guys can clog your hand. The only thing I would really change is add a 2nd Hedgehog or a 3rd Squamata. Moving on to the rest of the monsters, I run 3 copies of Mathematician, 1 copy of Armageddon Knight, 2 copies of Performance Damage Juggler, then 1 copy of Performance Trick Clown, 1 copy of Performance Hat Trigger, and finally the 1 copy of Dogscaper. So with Mathematician and Armageddon Knight, they are Foolish Burials in monster form. As with the Mathematician, when it's summoned, you can send a monster from your deck to the graveyard, as long as it's level 4 or below. And when Armageddon Knight is summoned, you can send a Dark monster from your deck to the graveyard. So Armageddon Knight doesn't send the rest of these guys, but it is a nice card to have in the deck, especially since all but 4 Shaddoll monsters in the deck are Dark. Damage Juggler is a bit of a hand trap for negating damage when it is in the hand. If it's in the graveyard, you can banish it to add a Perform H monster from your deck to your hand. But Trick Clown, when it is in the sent to the graveyard, you can pay 1,000 life points to summon it or another performance back, and Hat Trick, if there's 2 or more monsters on the field, you can special summon it. Finally, with the Dogscaper, it summons itself if it's sent to the graveyard or banished. So if it's banished off Ariel, you can special summon it back. If it's sent to the graveyard off Mathematician, you can summon it back. I just like these guys because they help get more bodies on the board. Some can recur themselves, some can search out others. It's just a really nice package of non-Shaddoll monsters to run. But finally, for the hand traps of the deck, I only play 3, and that is 3 copies of the Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring. Just hand trap of choice, one of the best hand traps in the game, if not the best at the moment. Moving on to the spells, I play 3 copies of Shaddoll Fusion, 3 copies of El Shaddoll Fusion, 3 copies of Super Polymerization, and then finally 2 copies of Instant Fusion for the fusion spells. So Shaddoll Fusion, if your opponent controls a monster that was special summoned from the extra deck, you can use monsters from your deck to fusion summon as well. Shaddoll Fusion is a quick play fusion spell, so you can use it during the battle phase to help potentially OTK or deal extra damage to your opponents. Super Polymerization, because Shaddolls can access a variety of attributes, so why not use your opponent's monsters for your own plays. And finally, Instant Fusion, because Shaddoll Winder is a level 5 monster. Finally, for the rest of the spells, I run 2 copies of Twin Twisters, 2 copies of Mind Control, and then finally 1 Emergency Teleport, and then 1 Foolish Burial. This deck is a going second deck. Twin Twisters just helps get rid of the back row, Mind Control helps you steal some of your opponent's resources, Emergency Teleport is to get Shaddoll Wendy out as it is a Psychic type monster, and Foolish Burial, you've got sort of 4 Foolish Burials in monster card form, why not an actual Foolish Burial to go along with them. For the final card of the main deck, I play 1 copy of the Shaddoll Incarnation. Target 1 Shaddoll monster in your graveyard, special summon it in face up or face down defense position. But where this card really shines is you can banish this card and 1 Shaddoll monster from your graveyard. No, target 1 monster on the field and change it to either face up defense position or face down defense position. Just a nice card. You can send it off of Construct, you can send it off of Squamata, use it to flip your Shaddolls up to get their flip effects off on the turn you set them. Just one off because it is searchable. Moving on to the extra deck, I play 3 copies of Shaddoll Construct, 2 copies of Shaddoll Winder, 1 copy of the Shaddoll Shekinah, and then 1 copy of Shaddoll Apocalypse. For the final fusion monsters, I play 1 copy of the Thousand Eyes Restrict, and finally 1 copy of Starving Venom Fusion Dragon. Like almost all Shaddoll Fusion monsters, when Construct is sent to the graveyard, you can target 1 Shaddoll spell or trap in your graveyard and add it to your hand. What makes this great in Construct's case is when Construct is special summoned, you can send a Shaddoll card from your deck to the graveyard. Usually your play is to send the fusion spell you did not use to summon Construct. So if you use Shaddoll Fusion, you naturally send Shaddoll Fusion to get back when Construct is linked off. And when Construct attacks a special summon monster, at the start of the damage step, Construct destroys it without calculating battle damage. With Shaddoll Winder, it's level 5, so it's an instant fusion target. It can't be destroyed by opponent's card effects. Also, it has the effect where each player can only special summon a monster once per turn while it is face up on the field. So just limiting your opponent's options with their special summons, because most decks these days do tend to special more than 5 times. Then with Shaddoll Shekinah, when a special summon monster activates its effect, you can negate the activation and destroy it, then send 1 Shaddoll card from your hand to the graveyard. Just making a note here, this is a mandatory send, so you can't activate this effect unless you have a Shaddoll card to send it in your hand as cost. It's, yeah, like Shekinah is worded funnily. And then we get to Shaddoll Pack-A-Lone. For Pack-A-Lone is fusion, so you can target 1 face-up card on the field and negate its effects. And then when a Pack-A-Lone is sent to the graveyard by card effect or by battle, you can add 1 Shaddoll card from your deck or graveyard to your hand, then you have to discard 1 card. It's just a nice card for a disruption play, that's why I only play 1 of it. Otherwise you can play something like Shaddoll Grista, since Salamander technically is in the game and you can super pull into using your opponent's cards. Thousand Eyes is here for an instant fusion target, and Starving Venom is here because, well, it's Starving Venom. You're running 3 super polys in the main deck. Why not play Starving Venom as well as steal your opponent's dark monsters to use to summon Starving Venom, and you can still link it off if you really want to. Moving on to the rest of the extra deck, I play 1 copy of Linkuriboh, 1 copy of Crush Sheep, 1 copy of Nightmare Phoenix, 1 copy of Nightmare Unicorn, 1 copy of Borrelsword Dragon, and then finally the 1 copy of Abyss Dweller. So just a generic Link monster you would expect to see in this deck. Linkuriboh is for the Thousand Eyes. Crush Sheep is really good in any fusion-based deck. Nightmare Phoenix and Nightmare Unicorn, they're just good for spot removal. Borrelsword is good for OTKing, and Abyss Dweller, I do run a high number of level 4 monsters in the deck, so I figured, hey, why not take in an Abyss Dweller? If my opponent forces me to go first, I can always make an Abyss Dweller in an attempt to disrupt their plays. That's it for this deck profile. If you guys enjoyed this video, please hit that like button down below. Follow me on Twitter for updates about the channel and more uploads so you guys will know when I do upload a video. Alternatively, you can hit the subscribe button and ring that bell so you do get notifications one way or another. But anyways, I'm gonna get out of here for now. So until next time, may all your top decks be good ones.